that are fathers that are not really, if we're being honest, being a father sometimes feels like a thankless job. You're just
Yeah.
doing it, you're giving your best, and there's no guarantee you're gonna get a return on investment.
I,
And there's a lot
I
that we could say about.
this that it what you just described isn't even just for artists. I just feel like it's for men in general. Whether you're a father that's a provider for his family, whether if you're
Mhm.
just a man that doesn't have a family and you're just trying to make it in life, like you're not gonna get no pats on your back. You're not gonna get no good jobs. You're not gonna get a lot of recognition. You have to be your own fuel. You got to be your own cheerleader. You got to be your own biggest fan. You can find a support system if you're being you, authentically you. You're going to find people that gravitate you and want to help you and want to, be with you. But for the most part, you got to be your own cheerleader. But yeah, if you're an artist and you're a father, man, just, be your own cheerleader. And depending on what level you're at in that, whether your kids are older or younger, I just say strive for balance. And that's something that you kind of like got to experience through experience. But with the experience that I have, if you're in my particular case where you were pursuing music and you didn't have kids, I say wait to have kids, because the kind of father I wanted to be, I knew that I just wanted to commit 100% of my time and my energy and finances. When you're an artist and you got kids, they're not trying to hear you got a gig or the club dubbed you on the money they were supposed to pay you, so you can't come up with diapers or food this
Mhm.
week. I wasn't trying to come
Yeah.
up with any of those excuses, so I waited. But now, I don't do music no more. I talk about it, I listen to it, I support it, but I'm not really an artist per se trying to, push songs out and, get in the chiller circuit again. But I waited until I was done with music. So if you're in my position where you don't have kids, I say, yo, music is the kind of entity that will never be second. Only wants it to be number one. And those opportunities show themselves in that way. Like, you got to literally have blinders on when you're pursuing music. It's not going to make sense how or why you made it. You're just going to make it. It's
Mhm.
just going to happen for you. The dream doesn't want to hear, I had to go to my son's birthday, so I can't come to the session today. What if that session was when you were going to meet that producer that had that hit waiting for you? That's how it works. Like there's no in between. And that's not to discourage anybody with kids. I'm just saying, like, that's how I view it. So that's why I didn't have kids, because I knew I was going to give this thing 110% and I was going to sacrifice everything for it. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out, but I lived a good life. I had fun. And there's levels of success. So that's why I said, depending on where you're at as a father, balance. Kev can speak to
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Because
it.
Kev, you're still actively like recording and
He
supposed
just put out a.
to.
Yeah, I think just put out a single days ago.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like, we all started early, you know what I'm saying, around 16, 18, we all did. And in those early years, you don't know what you don't know. So you just kind of like, just running around trying to find a situation, trying to find people to work with, just trying to get your name out there. But when I did become a father, it was different because like you said, that's the last on a priority list, and not just all about financially, it's just time and effort and energy that you got to put in as a father and stuff like that. So for a lot of years, I felt like I didn't even get a chance to really continue to grow with music the way I wanted to grow. And so I had to go, all right, stop. It wasn't until my son got a little older and, I was just feeling like, I want to record, So for me, music wasn't so much more like my purpose of doing music now is different than it was before. It's not as like it used to be where it's like, I'm trying to make it. I need to be on the Billboard chart. I need to get a deal. No, I mean, I'm in a place in my life where I can invest in myself and do things I wasn't able to do before. And like you said, because things are so easy now, access wise, and you can put it on the internet, and you can put it on Apple Music or Spotify. It's like just have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really
Yeah.
even. But my advice to anybody who's a father who want to do music is you first you got to ask yourself, what's your purpose? Do you really love it? Or you trying to become a sign artist and pace yourself, you know what I'm saying? Prioritize it. And I'm saying when I say prioritize it, I don't mean put it above your family. I mean give it a real home. Like, all right, cool. I'm gonna H out this time for it and give your hard nose because it can be like being an athlete or any other type of entertainment business. It can consume you if you chasing it to a higher level. And that's really it.